like crap right now, but it's fine because I still need to like clean myself up from earlier. But how's it going, everybody? Oh god, I look worse when I do that. I look worse when I do anything. At times, especially when my hair looks like this, and my face kind of looks like this, because it looks like I'm still kind of dirty, but that's okay. Because I haven't really cleaned myself up from me today. Because I immediately went from fixing my car to go getting some food. Then I went live on TikTok. But before that, I even watched the hockey game. And I haven't really had time to clean myself up because of that. Fuck. Why am I doing that? Why am I being weird this way? I don't really know. But I'm trying to say hi anyways on a random Tuesday. Or I guess Wednesday, depending on where you are, because it's Wednesday here, technically. We don't have any viewers yet. So I'm just going to keep, like, just talking weird stuff until I see at least one person join. So yeah, the unicorns are like a fantastic. There we go, we got a person. How's it going? God, I am just I have a lot of energy and I'm in a bit of a weird mood. So yeah, it turns out that I was able to get the nut out from the. Oh, they left. Aw. That's sad. I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. People are gonna watch this after and be like, what the hell is she doing? And that's okay. Because, I'm here, I vibe, I have a weird personality, to be honest, and that's okay. If you didn't know that about me, well, hi! Anyways. So yeah, like today, I spent a long time trying to fix the car. A lot longer than it should have taken, but that's okay. Although, fun fact, we will be having more. I'm sure we'll be having more videos with Flash Shark Racing in the future. And remember, if you use code CAT15, that's KAT15 at checkout, you'll get 15% off your order. So that's cool. At Flash Shark Racing, they got a bunch of stuff. Like even they've got a full, and I didn't realize they had this full kit because otherwise I would have potentially doing that. Thanks. It's the first time I've ever busted a nut in my life. The fact I just said that out loud. Oh my god. Okay. Yep. My brain is officially broken. Hi. I see Ryan, the goat edit said they will donate me $20 if I yell, but the problem is it's like midnight, or actually it's like 12:30 or so. And the people next door have been yelling for a while, or at least I've heard a couple of instances where they've been yelling. So that's been a little disconcerting. Hopefully there's no issues there. Well, one of my cats is in a box, and the other one's in the bedroom. That I do know. Because I had to reset the breaker. Because the breaker's in the bedroom, and I saw Saber on the bed. And then Rascal's currently in a box. He's a cat in a box. Appreciate that, thanks. Also, hi, random person that I don't really know how to say your username, because that is, like in, I don't know the script what it's called, but I know it's from, like, India. By the looks of it, I think. I could be wrong, but, regardless. Hi. But yeah, so, coolant leak fixed. Although there's one thing I gotta do to the car before I can actually drive it, because otherwise it's going to be really annoying. And it might not actually charge the batteries properly. So there's that. Why is it the further I get along, the more like trolls I get in here? It's kind of sad. I should really start promoting my YouTube channel on TikTok, but it does get me more, followers here on YouTube, like subscribers and stuff. Because case in point, I have this Alpha Centauri idiot. I have the Cheyenne person telling me to shut up, and let's see, what's our other view? Oh, look at that! Cheyenne said, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Shut the hell up. Wow. Oh, look at that. They're using more words. They're using more words, Ryan. And now they said shut up again. Bear in mind, they're saying this, and I'm just not letting them, come through. That's all. I don't know. It doesn't have a parasitic drain. That's not what I'm talking about, Ryan. So when I was, how do I describe this? When I was, getting that, I needed to remove the alternator bracket, so that I could have better access to actually getting the fitting on and off, right? It just made it easier to do that, no problem. Which, fun fact, the nut from that stud, that's the nut that fell and got stuck into the crank pulley, right? In between the timing cover and the crank pulley. It's a lovely place to get a nut stuck. I still can't believe it slipped through there. Like, genuinely, out of all the places it could have fell, there is a less likelihood of it falling down there. And then, not only that, but then me starting the car and it flying out. I was very surprised by that. And what do you mean? To get 2 CDs unstuck from the WRX radio? Wait, 2 CDs? Whoa. You have to have haters to be a rock star? Right? Right? Exactly, Dusty. See, Dusty knows what's going on here. Yeah, exactly. You're always going to have your haters. That's okay. It's okay. I understand that you guys want, like, a good following as well and, like, respectful people to actually talk to, but you don't have that in your life, so you lash out online, and it's very, very sad. Very sad. But anyways, so yeah, that nut coming off and then falling down there, like, it's like a 1 in a million chance for it to fall down and then actually get caught there. Then it's like a 1 in a million chance for me to, like, start the car, not intentionally. I was trying to just bump the starter, but when I bumped the starter, it just immediately lit off. I'm like, how did you do that? You've never started that quick in your goddamn life. So, but okay, that's fine. Then I quickly just shut it off, and then that nut went flying, and then I looked underneath the car and went, there it is! Yay! I was so excited. But anyway, so what I am talking about with that, with the quote-unquote not having, with having an issue with potentially, like, the car not really charging the battery very well, it's only because I don't have the belt that tight. I thought I got it decently tight, but when you're just pulling it with one hand instead of doing the smart thing and, like, putting, like a pry bar in there and then really yanking on it so you can get it tight. I didn't do that. As my voice cracks. Yay. And do that, and yeah, so right now if I start the car, the whole thing just squeals like a pig. It's fun. It's fun. Fair enough, Ryan. That's funny, honestly. I have a Galaxy A52. It's not very fancy, but it is mine, and it's great. Would I love to have a better phone? Yes. Can I afford a better phone? No. Would I really spend money on a better phone? Not really. It's fine. My videos are shot in 30 FPS anyways. It's fine. Yeah, because, and that's why, like, some people will, like, complain about the quality of my videos, and I'm like, I shoot it in 30 frames a second. It's not 60, right? And I'm not shooting in 4K. So your Google Pixel 8 Pro is fine. See, that was probably a bit, yeah, that's a better phone than what I have, admittedly. But that's okay. It's okay. I've had this phone for like 4 years now, and it's fine. It works great. It's like 3 or 4 years. I think it's been 4 years now. And then TELUS every once in a blue moon will call me and be like, hey, we want you to upgrade your phone. I'll be like, well, what kind of deals will you give me? And they'll be like, oh, no, we can't give you any deals. It's like, okay, bye. That's how those conversations go. Every single time. Every single time. I already said I have a Galaxy A52. Samsung Galaxy A52. There you go. I would watch YouTube in like 720p and lower. Oh, geez. Geez, that would be rough. I mean, we used to do it though, like, you know, back in the day, we always used to, like, because here's the thing, like, me and Ryan are kind of old enough for this. And I'm sure a majority of you in the chat are old enough for this to remember, like, dial-up internet and non-HD TVs. We were watching shows in 240p back in the day on TV. Or 480p, I guess. Yeah. That is mint. I love it. I love it. Although sometimes I might just be in 480p because my internet is a piece of doggy doo. It's I think I could hook a potato up and it'd get better internet than what that Wi-Fi router gives off for me. And by the way, I've had to replace that router 4 times since I lived here. I've had to replace my PVR 5 times since I've lived here. Bear in mind, I've only been living out here for 8 years. Wild. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun. What do you mean he over-torqued his wheels? Like, okay, genuinely, I probably over-torqued my shit way too much for my wheels, but it's okay because shit was built to last back in the day. Because I just grab my impact and go ugga-dugga, and it works. And it's good. And they don't fall off. It's amazing how that happens. Right? Like, it's amazing how that happens, and yet it doesn't fall off. Like, I don't understand how people, like, over-torque it and then their wheels fall off. It's like, how badly did you ugga-dugga that for it? Because, like, you know when you feel it. And it's at a certain point where it's just like, okay, you shouldn't do it any more than that, right? Like, self-constraint with your ugga-duggas. Yeah, I mean, I know, it's a 2015 Jeep Patriot. I kind of remember you telling me about this thing, and that he bought it, and yeah, and then I think that night I kind of judged the vehicle. I may have. If I remember correctly, this was like 2 weeks ago, something like that. You were talking about it? And alive? Something like that. But yeah, honestly though, I'm just waiting, because I'm waiting for a text from the Lay Shop, or from like guy from Lay Shop, to take the trip out to Jasper to show them Lay car, so that they can actually throw me an offer on it, and then I can say yay or nay to that, and then I can look into getting the engine that's in that thing potentially machined, and then seeing how much they'd actually charge me for that, and then what I can do after that is either say, let's do it with the engine machining, or I text my buddy Tanner, who has this really super uber cool Mustang. And it would be the rarest car I've ever owned. Which is weird, because it's like, it's Fox Body Mustang. You think, there's no such thing as a rare Fox Body Mustang. It's like rarer than anything I've ever owned, considering I've owned a 1 of 200 Lincoln. Technically, it was 1 of 1,300 Lincolns, but there was only 200 that got signed to Canada. This is even rarer than that. This vehicle is a 92 Ford Mustang SEEC Mark II. Which, if you don't know what that is, well, let me tell you. What that vehicle is a Shelby, but also not a Shelby. So, like, it is a Shelby. Kind of. It's Shelby adjacent. So, this car, I could end up picking up. I don't know how much it's going to cost me. I know what they have into it, which is nothing. They got, they didn't pay anything for this car. So, I could theoretically give them $1,000 and they might say yes to it. Which, I kind of want to do that. Because also, like, this is a 5-liter, 5-speed, notchback Shelby. But not a Shelby, but a Shelby. It has like they supposedly had like 300 horsepower. And they've got a full Coney suspension. and they're 5-lug. Like, they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. And let's see. And what did Ryan say? Because he was copying and texting text messages for people that are seeing this after, because I know the chat doesn't always pop up for you guys after. But, anyways, what his buddy said about his shitbox Jeep Patriot. Just got back from the shop. Hub-centric rings were crushed, and that's what was causing the stripped feeling. Studs are fine, lugs are fine, definitely needs an alignment. Huh. Fascinating. I have never seen that. I've never seen that from Uggaduggying. They never made a Plymouth Horizon GLH. Because GLH is a Shelby. They did that out of not the Plymouth version. They did that out of the Dodge version, not the Plymouth. But I mean, I would own one. You know, that's out of the Omni, which is the same car. But hey, the Austrian is in the chat. How's it going there, Gerhard? Nice to see you, dude. You were getting that mixed up with the Omni GLH. But also, like, I've never really come across... Well, actually, correction. I've seen an Omni GLH S in person, which is even rarer than the GLH. It's, because you know what's really funny? So, okay, do you know what GLH stands for and then what GLHS stands for? Because it's the most hilarious thing. Shelby, in all their infinite wisdom, decided, hey, the GLH stamping on the Dodge Omni or on the Shelby Omni and the Shelby Charger was goes like hell, and then the S was goes like hell some more. The most hilarious thing on the planet. And I loved it. Loved it. Well, no, Plymouth did have a different logo than Dodge, but because Dodge was the Pentastar, right? Back then. And Plymouth had like this little shield with like a oh god, how do I even describe it? Like it was almost like a dolphin or something like that on it, but that's not what it was. My brain is blanking on what the hell a Plymouth logo looks like, you know. But that's okay. Because back in like the 80s and the 90s, before Plymouth went, you know, Plymouth died. Sad. But yeah, I'm looking forward to when my dad comes back, and hopefully we're still having this Chinook when he comes back, because then I can install that frickin' cold air intake that's been sitting in my living room for 2 months. But I don't know, he's not gonna be here for another couple weeks, so nah. Clearly wasn't strong enough brand distinction. I mean, true, because the cool Plymouths just said Plymouth on them. There was no logo, it just said Plymouth. You know? Because they didn't care. Party at Cats? No. No. My house is already a mess. I don't need Ryan coming in here and making it more of a mess. Because also, like, he's not going to be bringing the probe, because the probe still has issues. But, yeah. Because I know that. Because you haven't given me any updates on said probe in a while. Do I have cats? Yes, I do. I got 2 kitties. One's named Rascal, one's named Saber. I'm gonna leave rubber duckies everywhere? No, I'm gonna have to clean that up. Again, you would be making a mess by putting rubber duckies in my house. No, I'm not gonna tell you where I live. You'd have to figure it out on your own, which admittedly, if you know Sundry, it wouldn't be that hard. But, yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. Which, by the way, how's your new gig going there, Ryan? Because I haven't asked you about that in a bit. You know, are you liking the new digs? Are you vibing? Are you chilling? Hey, there's a wild Jesse in the chat. How's it going, dude? And it's really funny because you very rarely see a moderator in my chat. Well, there's one right there. Very rarely. It's nice to see though. How you doing there, dude? So yeah, trolls beware. You will be removed if you troll. With Jesse on the case. Excellent. I am glad. My car's back together. It only took 2 days for a job that should have only taken about 20 minutes, if that. It genuinely should have only taken like a few minutes. Hey, there's turbo flutter in my chat. Ooh, everybody be scared. There's turbo flutter. No, it had nothing to do with rusty bolts. Had nothing to do with that. It's called, okay. Let me paint a picture for you. There is a fitting that goes to the water pump that fitting, you put a hose on that fitting and it goes to the heater core, right? Well, when I got that off, unfortunately it was on a Sunday. And on that Sunday, there wasn't anything really open besides one store, and they didn't have what I needed. So then I waited until Monday, got the parts I needed, reinstalled that, didn't have any problems reinstalling it, but then it was about getting the alternator bracket back on. I was being dumb and deciding, oh hell, even though there's only about this much space to put my finger in there, whatever else, to try and put this nut on, it's gonna be fine, right? Wrong. The nut that I was putting on the stud, it fell, and then it got caught between the crank pulley and the timing cover, which is a 1 in a million chance it's gonna land in there. Right? So I spent the better part of about 2 or 3 hours trying to fish the frickin' thing out of there. Because I knew for a fact, or at least what I thought for a fact, is it's like, if I start this thing, the crank pulley is just going to get annihilated by this thing if it doesn't fly out. Right? So I'm like, what do I do? I tried turning the motor over by hand. That wasn't really working. I tried, fishing it out, and again, nothing was really working. Tried magnets, all that different stuff. Again, nothing was working. So I had the bright idea of, okay, well, let's just bump the starter. Well, the one time the car actually starts without me pumping the gas or really anything, it fires off immediately. It's never started that easy in its life. When it fired up, I quickly shut it off. Like, as soon as it fired up, I'm like, oh shoot, shut it off. And luckily, I got really lucky with this, that nut flew out and landed on the piece of plywood that I had underneath the car. I'm like, oh, thank you. Thank you. Like, I was just, like, so happy. Plus, if you see my little short video where I show that, I'm showing the nut, my hair's all screwed up. And, like, I'm, like, really dirty and shit. And then, yeah, I got it all back together, now. Because, yeah. But I actually need to, I need to tighten up the alternator, belt just a little better. Which, the one thing that's kind of annoying on that car, I don't really understand why Ford did this with their V-belt. You'd think the more smart thing to do, to a certain degree, because, like, it has V-belts on it, right? But you'd think that the alternator would not be on the belt of the fan, right? You'd think that would be on, just the crank pulley. But it's not. Like, it is attached to the crank pulley, but it spins the fan at the same time. You would think that the alternator should be on the other side. And then the power steering be on the opposite side of that. So that, because if you lose power steering, it's not a big deal. It's annoying, but it's not a big deal. You lose your alternator, you also lose your cooling capabilities. So or at least some of the cooling capabilities. So it's fun. It's fun. Oh, hang on. Let's see what Ryan said. He said, New gig is going all right. Not too driving with the cost and gas. 45-minute commute to Nisku, bleh. But it's all highway, so I can enjoy the HKS blow-off valve. Oh, that's fun. You also passed your Fall Pro refresh course on Monday. Woo! Yeah, let's go. That's fun. Yay! We'll be going through more courses, if not later this week, then definitely next week. Also doing rope access when I can, and inert atmosphere course. Nice. Hey, good morning, Callum, or good evening slash. It's 1 a.m. Hi. But yeah, no, honestly, it's fun. So now, like, yeah, now that I have all that back together, like I said, I just need to tighten the alternator belt because right now, slash fan belt, because right now it's not, it's probably not charging the alternator very well, and it's definitely not spinning the fan that much. So yeah, holy it's 3 a.m. You just noticed that, dude? Love it. You're very tired with not that much energy? Well, I mean, that blows. Like, just, try to be like, yeah, energy, energy, energy. You know? You can try that. It might not work for you, but, And, regular car review should be uploading a probe review soon. Oh, is he doing one? Admittedly, I haven't really watched his videos in a while. Oh, you'll be taking off in 20 minutes? You have to head to college? Oof, that'd be rough. How is that college debt looking there? Fuck. It's one of the reasons why I never went. Allegedly so they are. How do you know this? How do you know? Like, have you spoken with Roman? Or the furry himself? Because, yeah, I mean, admittedly, like I said, I haven't really watched his videos in a long time. Like, I liked his videos for a while, but then they got to be a bit much. I do watch his content on TikTok, though, because his TikTok content is different than what it is on YouTube. Ah, okay, cool. Well, we shall see. We shall see. If it pops up, cool. If not, no worries. But yeah, so I don't know. Like, we'll see also with all my stuff of how it really plays out. I don't know. But then, like, this is gonna be the interesting part. So if I actually get all the headwork done on the engine, and get that all slapped together and have that put into stitch. Welcome back, Jack. Welcome back. By the way, GDF Racing, that's my buddy Jack. He runs like Turbo Regals and Grand Nationals and stuff. So yeah. And hey, well, I'm happy to see you here there, Callum. And also, you put a sweet message on my post. Because yes, the other day I was a depressed little shit at like 3:30 in the morning. That was fun. And I did that post up on YouTube, but it's okay. I'm good now. I'm good. It is the Discord crew. Some of them are. Like Ryan is on Discord. But yeah, he is, and I think a couple of the other people are too. For sure. Yeah. Well, regardless, still, I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody's kind words, that night. Because yeah, that was just the other night, and I took the bird out, for the first time in a bit, so that was nice. I do have a Discord server, yes. Jesse, if you go to I should have it in there. If not, let me know, and I'll edit it after. I do have a link that should go to my Discord in my my bio or whatever on the YouTube. Yeah. Oh, hey, I get it. I get it. Yeah, I'm a Discord server. It's not like super active right now, but I try and post in there. It's just I kind of forget to, and yeah. But hey, the more people we have in there, the more people that post, the more that I can like comment on your stuff, and yeah, yeah. I have it. I have it. Yeah, you do post memes and birds. Um, yeah, like I said, I am there. Ugh. And it might get to a point where I might have to have like moderators in Discord. It's not there yet because bear in mind there isn't too many people posting anymore. Like as soon as I made it, we had a bunch of people. It was popping off. It was great. Just like when I first made my Facebook group, so many people were popping off, and it was great. You're going to the high school tomorrow to see how clean your buddy's Cordova really is underneath. Oh, cute, cute. That's fun. So I guess wait, your buddy is in high school. Fair enough. I mean, I know. Bear in mind, you just got out of high school, so there's that. But yeah, it's true. There haven't been, and I've been searching to see. Hey, has anybody tried to post in the group? I've been trying to figure out what I can post in there, and it's been a palaver, right? Probably has a few floor holes. I mean, it's $200. I bet there's no trunk floor in it. Like if there is a trunk floor, I'd be shocked for $200. It's bear in mind for people in the chat that they don't know. We're talking about a '78 Chrysler Cordoba running and driving for $200. Oh, his dad is the auto teacher, so he just gets stuff done there and buys parts at the other price. Oh, nice. That's all right. Wait, what? Potentially might have an upcoming job in India, maybe. Could be wrong, but it's a possibility. Ooh, that's fascinating. I mean, but then if you're in India, how are you supposed to work on the probe? That's... how are you supposed to work on the probe there, sir? If you're in India. Just poking your name in the chat. When you come back from India? I mean, hey, if you'd be going to India and making a bunch of money, you could leave the keys with me, and then you can get the parts that I need for the probe, and then I can do the work, and I can post about it on YouTube. Just saying. Just saying. Like, I don't know. Hey, let's go! Callum joined the Discord. Yay! Appreciate you, dude. But, just saying. Just saying. I know, that's fair. That's fair. You got lost trying to navigate it the other day? Wait, you mean the Discord? Because Discord's not that difficult. At all. It's pretty simple, actually. But yeah, like, Ryan, just... okay. I mean, I have it set up pretty simply in there, and, like, I do plan on it. I don't know when, because I have to, like, the problem is, some of the stuff I have to coordinate with it, to actually get the, because I'd have to coordinate with you guys, because I want to do some, like, live sort of movie marathon stuff, or not movie marathon, but, like, watching movies or watching a TV show or something like that live with you guys in Discord. And I could pull it off, it's just difficult to do, but I can. Oh, okay, that'll happen. Yeah, you have to click away, and it's once you learn Discord, it's not hard. It's actually just learning it, though. You do have a dealer tech manual, plus the headers, new exhaust, and wheels for the car, plus period correct radio. Sadly, too, the wheels do have some curb rash, but you got them cheap. Hey, that's not so bad, You're gonna be live almost every day this summer at Cruise Nights. Hey, that'll be cool. That's cool. admittedly, depending on how it goes at the dyno days, I might try and be live with the dyno. It's gonna be a little tricky to make it work, but I'm also hoping that we have, because Devin Dyno's on TikTok now, and actually Alicia, wonderful woman, honestly. I know her from working with her at the Dyno a bit. She actually runs the Devin Dyno TikTok account. So if we can get that account to get enough followers so that it can go live, that might be a thing. We might go live on TikTok on her phone. Now, the only problem is we won't have anybody to moderate the chat, but whatever, And you'll see me very dirty and shit like that, work with a dyno, and then, yeah, we might actually show, like, the process of the dyno. It'd be kind of cool. Is Tuner Bash coming back to West Ed? Wouldn't mind bringing the probe up to that once. To West Ed? I thought Tuner Bash happened at Rat Torque Raceway. Unless I'm thinking of something else, because, like, Tuner Bash was at Rat Torque, right? Also hoping to get that gross dead mouse smell out of the probe. Yuck. It definitely smells funky in there. Oh, yeah, hey, that's fun. That is very fun. It's lovely, isn't it? But yeah, like, because I'd love to go to Tuner Bash, to be honest. It'd be kind of fun. Because, like, also, I mean, that's something that the Jack would actually probably like to go to. Only because, like, Tuner Bash, basically, it's a car show at the drag strip. So, like, you can call people out at the car show and then go race them. It's kind of a cool thing. So, yeah. I mean, there's a possibility of that. I'm so happy I've never had to deal with mice. So happy about that. Because, like, legit, the only thing I've had to deal with is squirrels, but they're nowhere near as bad as mice are. So. And you need to do a blower motor and put in a new starter. Oh, what you waiting for? Roll pine little trees and lots of them. That'll fix it. Right? Exactly. Yeah, that's totally what it'll do. And it'll totally just, like, get rid of all that smell, 100%. Yeah. Not like mold somewhere hiding. Well, the thing is, okay, what you kind of have to do, if mice have actually nested in the vehicle and died, you're going to have to tear the entire interior apart. The dash is going to have to come out. The carpet will have to come out. Like, the seats, the carpet, the headliner, everything in that car will have to come out. Because you want to make sure you dispel all of that shit. The all square body is another issue. Well, yeah, and that's one thing, because, whenever you deliver me that lovely Bronco that you have sitting there, my Bronco that, it's going to be interesting to see what the fuck I do with that thing. But, because that's the problem. It's going to need it out of province, because it's from Ontario. So, that's going to be exciting. But who knows? Maybe I'll see how much work it actually needs. And then, yeah, maybe put it through the out of province and get it on the road. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. If that dozer moves anytime soon, which I doubt. Yeah, I mean, well, when you get the dozer moved, just make sure to load up the Bronco. That's all I'm saying, dude. That's all I'm saying. It's like a 78, I think. He picked up the 78 Bronco. It's 79. Okay, sorry. I thought it was 78. He picked up this Bronco like a couple of years ago for like really cheap. And then the thing is, he tried to start it. It was the I think he was using like a bottle of gasoline. It lit on fire. He tried to throw it out of the shop. He missed, and he almost burned the shop down, apparently. So then he said, fuck this thing is cursed, and he threw it out in the field, and he hasn't touched it since. Like, that's pretty much how he told me that went down. Oh yeah, we love our square bodies and we love our Broncos here. It ran when you parked it. It drove to where it sits. Well, at least that's not so bad. You know, I can when I when it finally gets delivered to me, and then when I finally apparently like the floors are like cooked in it supposedly, but again, he'd be like giving me this Bronco for no money and just donating it to me. So I wouldn't say if it was rotting in half, I'd be like, that's okay. Oh. Hi, Baxi. Well, yeah, I can understand if you're in Australia, it probably blows your mind that a vehicle can even start when it's that cold. Because the coldest cold start I've ever done without the block heater being plugged in was like minus 45, I think it was that night. Like, it was insane. Oh, I know. Like, I'm not expecting this car anytime soon. Like, I'll just keep, I'll just keep poking you about it and just saying, like, hey, when are you gonna, get the Bronco out here? That's all I'm gonna do to you, dude. It's fine. Because again, when's the last time I even mentioned that Bronco? It's been what? Probably a month. So, hey, no worries, Callum. Have a wonderful day at like college, dude. Take care. Ooh, an Aussie F100 83. Cool. So that'd be like a right-hand drive, which is neat. What motor do you got in that thing? Because that sounds coolio. When I do sleep, I shall hopefully have a good sleep. Appreciate ya. Thanks. It's a 351. Cool. Cool. Because, yeah, that'd be, oh, yeah, 351 Windsor, I suppose. Wait, is that a 351 Windsor, or is that a Cleveland? Because I know you guys screwed around with the Cleveland a lot longer than we did. It is a Cleveland. That is cool. Because, again, the Cleveland stopped production here after 74. So it's really neat to see that the Aussies kept playing with it afterwards, right? Because, again, we stopped doing that, which, being a 301 in Cleveland, it's probably kind of rare, because I know you guys also had the 302 Cleveland, which we never got. That is a creation of Australia, right? Oh, yeah. This app is way better than TikTok. It really is. Just the only shitty part is that I can't have live music, like, I can't have copyrighted music in the background. That's the only thing that sucks about going live on YouTube. 84 last Clevo here? Ah, okay, cool. I wasn't sure when you guys stopped. And then, also, like, because the one thing is that I want to try and get... Because if I can get, like, a crossflow head, from Aussie land, that'd be dope, but it'd be really expensive. That's the problem. Don't touch it. Jukes are like ugly and awful. Don't do it. Don't do it, Ryan. Don't do it. Don't do it. Right? That's fair. Wait, what? 1985, we started importing your 5-liter Windsor. Yeah. Yes, the 6-cylinder crossflow. So the 250 inline 6 crossflow, that is kind of the... I want to adapt that head to an American block. Because shipping the entire motor would just cost way too much money. But if I could, because again, I have an American 200 engine, right, in my 81 Mustang. And yes, they are they're aluminum, which is great, honestly, and I'm a fan of that. Like, Because the shitty part is of how much it would cost, because it probably cost me about $2,000 to ship it. One of those heads. But the thing is, what I'd love to find, because I know you can get those heads for nothing in Australia. They genuinely chuck them in the garbage. Even though it's the best head they ever made for those inline sixes. Because you guys have the bar over there, so nobody cares about those things anymore. And what I'd want to try and find, is somebody has like a big container that they're bringing from Australia, and if I could pay them like $100 to be like, hey, can I put this head in that container, and then I can grab that head at the port in Vancouver? Because then that'd be all right. Because I don't exactly have $2,000 spent on a head. Because I'd have to spend probably a good $1,000 to adapt it so that it'll actually fit on, or like adapt my block so that it'll bolt on. But we'll see. We'll see. Well, I mean, hey, if you want something unreliable, the thing is, you kind of have the, now granted, your WRX is not an EJ, so it's not as bad. Yours is an FA, which is still not amazing, but it is a little better, but, I don't know if a Juke would be better, to be honest. I don't think it would be. Oh? Wait, it is an EJ? Wait, what year is your WRX? I thought they had FAs by then. Or am I thinking of a different year? My brain farting? What year is that thing again, Ryan? My brain no worky. It's 2011. Oh, so that'd be like one of the last years of the EJ then. Huh. Fair enough. Someone just replied to a lowball offer? Oh. That's fun. That's fun. Oh, here's the thing. I wouldn't mind even a cast ahead, honestly, that's a crossflow. That would be fine too. I don't care. Either or. Either or would be fantabulous. 2011 and Princess WRX wide body. But wait, yeah, like the thing is, I would prefer the aluminum head, because that's a hell of a lot lighter. But weight and shipping, yeah. Like I said, I would need to get a shipping quote from Australia to the port in Vancouver. Because, yeah. If I could get a shipping quote from somebody for one of those alloy heads, like I said, I know you guys just literally chuck them in the garbage over there. Like, they're free, basically. Wait. You're actually interested in a Grand Prix? What? I thought you said that's the ugliest G-body they ever made. I thought you didn't like them. Unless if you're like, trying to sway me into these G-bodies, because I know I like those. For 2,200? I mean, fair. Nice. Stick one in on the carry bag and fly out. See, well, I'd have to get somebody that would actually go to Australia and fly back here. But it would still cost a lot of money. But if I could do that, that'd be dope. But I'm not going to Australia. I'm not doing that. It's too fucking hot. I'll pass. Thank you. Gotta collect them all, put the right powertrain in it. I mean, fair. I mean, I've only owned 2 GMs in my entire lifetime. Or, sorry, 3 GMs. I mean, add the Lumina. Actually, I'll say that was my dad's, to be honest. So, 2. I had the truck, which I owned for 2 weeks. And then I had the, I had the van, too. No, I'm not doing a 302 swap. I don't care. Because I put a crossflow on that puppy, and guess what? she's gonna be making 200 horsepower NA. Which, like, because also, I know, like, I know you're joking, but for people that say, hey, you should 302 swap your car, people have genuinely no idea how much it actually costs to 302 swap a car. Like, genuinely. Because, okay, if you actually want to 302 swap the Fox bodies, what all do you need to do? K-member. Admittedly, I have one, but still, if I didn't have one, it'd be like $100 for a K-member, right? Brakes. Well, that's gonna cost you about $300, right? You know, the bigger brake kit on the front and stuff. You know, instead of the 9-inch brakes, you're going to the 10-inch. You know, $300-400 for that. The engine itself would be anywhere between $500 to $1,500, depending on what 302 you want, right? Well, here's the thing. If you donate me a 3.8 Buick V6, I will genuinely find a Fox body to put it in. I would genuinely do that. It pissed off a lot of people, but I don't care. Because I got the motor for free. So I have to at that point, right? I have to. Or who knows? I might do something fucked up and, like, put the motor in the back and say screw it and have fun. Yeah, basically, like, Jesse, when it falls down to it, I think I added up the total price of everything, and it'd be right around, if you want, like, a good 302 that's, like, a high-output later model, those are close to, like, $1,500. I think I priced everything out to about $2,700 to have a 302 with, like, 230 horsepower and a Fox body. It's like, it's not worth it. It's not. You could build the inline six, spend that in the motor, and fucking you'd be making over 300 horsepower. Easy, easy. How heavy would an alloy head be? 20 kg? I mean, maybe. It'd be in that territory. I need the intake as well. Whatever the intake weighs at the same time. Let's see. Hang on. I have the power of the internet on my PS4. Hang on. Let's look it up. Let's look it up. Come on. There we go. It'd be in that range, though. Yeah, so an alloy 250 crossflow. What if I did a Gundam wrap on the WRX? Maybe I've been playing too much Need for Speed Underground 2 lately. No. Your WRX, if you're gonna do it, you'd have to buy an aftermarket intake in Canada. They don't have them here. Like, any of the parts would come from Australia. That's the problem. Everything is from Australia for that head. Everything is. Let's see. Weight of a 250 crossflow head. Let's see. Oh, you have a complete engine? Huh. Nice. So, okay. The alloy head with valve springs, rockers, and steel valve cover weighs 53 pounds, which is about 26.5 kilos. Give or take. That's not including the intake, though. So, yeah. About 26 kilos. 26.5 for that head. Because, yeah, like, I'd like to get the intake as well. Because the intake, here's the thing. The intake, it's a 2-barrel intake. So, which is great. You know? So, yeah, because, I mean, if we could actually get, like, a shipping quote on this, that'd be cool. If this could happen. Because, like I said, cool, let's say 35 kilograms for everything. Yeah, that'd be about right with an intake. Yeah, because as cool as it would be to put the entire motor in, that's not happening. I'm not shipping an entire fucking motor from Australia. I'm not doing that. They have a Weber? Oh, yeah, they did have a Weber. I forgot about that. Yeah, they do. Because I'm so used to ours having motorcraft carbs on them. You know, so used to that. It'd be interesting. You know, like I said, if this can happen, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Have fun sleeping there, Jack. Appreciate you coming out. Take care, man. There's a Wicked Black GTS package. There's just an appearance of standard GT equipment in Ukraine. Interesting. Interesting. Excellent. But you know what the cool part is about YouTube? Is that, like, you can talk about anything on here and it's fine. But you can get flagged pretty hard on TikTok. Like, you know, as an example, for reference for people that are not... What is my zip? Oh, so I'm in Canada. Oh, God. Because the thing is, I'd probably just go grab it from the port in Vancouver, most likely. Depending on how much it would cost. Well, we don't have a postal code. Hang on. Can I type it in the chat? Let's see. Can I do this? How do I do this? I can't type it in the chat. Okay, fine. I will just say it. Okay, are you ready for my postal code? Or actually, yeah, no, alright. Yeah, you ready for it? Because I could say it, that's fine, because it doesn't do anything. T, so like the letter T, 0. So Thomas 0 Mary 1 0 Mary. T0M. Wait, did I say that right? Hang on. T0M. Or was it 1H0? Hang on. Is my brain not working? Okay, no, that's not right. Okay. Let me just double check if that's my postal code, because my brain's not working. It did work? What does it say the location is for that postal code? Because I think I fucked up that postal code, to be honest. Yeah, I did. So, the actual postal code, because I screwed that up, is still T0M, but it's T0M 1 X-ray 0. That's what I meant to type in. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, because see what we can get for a shipping code, because you never know. Like, if it's not too bad to ship here, then cool, we'll do it. Otherwise, just get it shipped to Vancouver. Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, you ready for it? Or actually, here, let me... Maybe I can do this. Hang on. Can I make this work? Hey, I can. Oh, you're not going to be able to read that. Okay, never mind. I tried. Okay, so it is Thomas 0 Mary 1 X-ray 0. Hey, rascal. Well, and here's the thing, Ryan. Technically, you could ship me stuff to my P.O. box, because it's public. So, I have it in, like, my YouTube bio. People have sent me stuff before. It's not often, but I've gotten stuff mostly from my YouTuber buddies in the past. You know, they just send me their merch and shit. And yes, I got the rascal. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that one worked for that postal code. It's really funny that our local post office has like a really shitty rating on Google. It's funny. But I don't know if there's any Canada post offices, period, that actually have a good rating. Like, period. All right, so let's see. Let's see how bad this would be for a shipping quote. Your Jeep buddy keeps spamming your instant messages. Tell him to go. Tell him to join the live here, and then he can spam his messages for his Jeep in the chat. There you go. As long as it's somewhat automotive related, I don't care. You know, tell him to join here. Tell him to join here. Send him a link to this live. But keeps buying lemons? I mean, we all have that friend. We all have that friend that doesn't know, like, that can't buy a good vehicle. And then they impulse buy vehicles, and it's just terrible. Australian Post has a max weight of 20 kg, so I'll have to get one for you tomorrow for reference. Ah, okay, no worries. Yeah, which fair enough. I don't think you'd be able to ship that through Canada, like through the post here either. So you'd have to do like a a FedEx or Pure Later or whatever you guys have over there. That way, which is fine, because it could be delivered. Like if it's FedEx, they might actually deliver it to my door. That'd be dope. But if not, that's okay. Cause yeah, and then I'd get to You told them not to buy another Patriot after already owning a Patriot? Yeah, I mean, they're not good. They're not. Or send Bearhead and other bits separately? Could do that. It just depends. Because, yeah, like, and the cool part is, if I remember correctly, their valve springs work from, like, a small block Chevy, if memory serves. What the hell's on the ceiling? Huh. Strange. You gotta get the phone charger? Get to the phone charger! But hey, no worries, dude. I really appreciate you looking into this, though. Because, genuinely, this would be awesome. Like I said, if you get me a quote, Iskandarian double V-springs? Wait, is that what it has on it? No, it's not a spider. Actually, where did it go? It just disappeared on me. So clearly, it's a flying creature of some description. It's like a fly or... Which I don't understand how a fly is living here right now when it's this freaking... because I did see a spider the other day. It was probably not long. Which is, again, like, spiders don't bother me because I am so used to seeing, like, spiders in old cars and stuff, so... Go figure he's referencing... He's gonna reference Simpsons anytime he gets... Which, now, granted, the Spider Pig was great, because that was from the Simpsons movie, and that movie is one of the best movies ever made. It just is. It just is. You cannot deny that. It's one of the best movies ever made. But yeah, like, just whatever it was it was decently sized though. But clearly it flies, so I don't know what that was. Because it didn't look like a moth or anything. Or like a butterfly or I don't know. I mean, again, it's winter, so like everything should be dead. Right? Like everything should be dead. But excluding stuff that has just survived in my house, right? Or Brundlefly? Yeah, I mean, as long as it's not that or Mothra, because if Mothra was in my house, I'd probably be dead, considering Mothra's bigger than my house. Just saying. I live in a little trailer, But yeah, I mean, this is an exciting prospect. It's the first time I've actually had like an Aussie in the chat that wants to help out with getting me one of these awesome heads, because that'd be dope, honestly. I mean, are you really surprised by that? Are you really surprised by that, Ryan? But yeah, well, actually, and I wonder, because let me, and I'm gonna look up something as well, because you might be able to, with that crossflow head. I was thinking of something, because it was mentioned in the chat earlier, but if it was disassembled, you'd be under the 20 kgs, and then you can send it as 2 separate packages, supposedly. Yeah, you were supposed to find a charger, dude. You said that like 10 minutes ago. Head weight. Let's go bear weight. Because I would assume with not having the valve springs, rockers, and the valve cover on it, it would probably be under 20 kilos. They have a girth size limit? Oh, okay. I guess if the measurements are too much. Okay, there you go. So the... Wait, no, I think that's wrong. Yeah, that's wrong. I think that's supposed to be kgs. So... Ah, okay. They won't allow it due to that. Fair enough. Well, I mean, like I said, if this isn't too bad on my wallet, we can definitely make this work. Because like I said, I'll have to sell my 82 Mustang before I can commit to this at all. So that might be a little bit for that. But if you get me a decent price quote, I'll say fuck it, let's just do that. And then instead of having them modify the head on my car, I'll say screw it. I'll just have them re-drill the frickin' block so that it'll actually bolt on properly. I don't like. I know there is a thing online of like, what does it take to put a crossflow head onto because yeah, let's look it up. What does it take? Because I looked this up before. To install a crossflow head on a American 200. There we go. Let's take a look. Nice. Yeah, so I mean, this would be fun, and like I said, this would get me to. I'm pretty sure. Wait, you're thinking $350? That's it? It's got to be more than that. Like 350 Aussie dollars? No, it's got to be more than that. I mean, if it is that cheap, fucking A. I would do that in a heartbeat. Cause yeah, I would. Australian to CAD. You bought parts from the US many times? Okay, that's fair. Ha! Wow! The one time when the Canadian dollar is actually worth more than an Australian dollar. Let's go. That's not so bad. So, if it would be about $350 to ship that whole thing like that, just ahead. Because then, yeah, and yeah, no, I shouldn't think that way because I know that if the entire motor was to be shipped, it'd probably be like $2,000. So, with that being, like I said, under $400, if that's actually like about that, because like I said, I figured it'd be more than that, but I could be wrong. Damn, I never thought it would be that cheap. Like, at all. So, yeah, like, if you get a price quote, and if it's anywhere near that, like I said, let me know what you come up with. I'm trying to think. Do you know how to contact me outside of, obviously, when I'm live? Because, yeah, I would, be interested in all this. And then the interesting part is, oh, I'm gonna have to figure out a header for that thing, too. Because I don't believe my header would fit. Mind you, we can just put a different flange on my header. It should be fine. Yeah, we just have to cut off the flange of mine and then put it on that, I think. Not a big deal. That's very minor, all things considered. Because we'd have to probably custom make a flange that way. Which, again, not the end of the world. So, and then it would just take... from Australia, that'd probably take, what, month and a half to get here, probably? Might be faster than that, depending. Cut a flange here, you can weld to yours. Hey, that'd be cool. If you could do that, that'd be amazing. Because, yeah, like mine, so I have a Hooker Super Competition Series header with a 1 3/8 inch pipes on them. So if you could, ship that with it, that'd be freaking dope, honestly. Because, yeah. Absolutely, let's go. Oh, are the ports different? Okay. I'd have to figure out some sort of a header situation for it. Let's see. How expensive are 250 crossflow headers? Let's go or take a look. 250 crossflow header. Which again, I'm totally fine if it's even like a manifold. That's fine, honestly. 250 crossflow header. There we go. Let's see. There you go. Aussie Speed Shop. Lovely place. Let's take a look at how much one of these... Ooh, pain. 685 Aussie dollars? Pain! I give you the top part and you weld pipes to it. Okay. Yeah, sure. Hey, anything you're willing to do for this, I would be more than happy with it. Like, dude, and you're too kind for even like suggesting to do this at all. Like, obviously, I'm gonna foot the bill, but because you can basically have it just like shipped off and just pay upon delivery sort of idea, and that's fine with me. Or worst case scenario, I can send the money via like PayPal, goods and services. Wait, you did a little digging? It's about 671 CAD Canadian with UPS from Sydney to Lethbridge with UPS. Okay, and I mean, I'd be fine with going to Lethbridge, honestly. That's not a big deal. Because that's only a 3.5-hour drive from here. Yeah, so like... Yeah, at 671, that's not terrible, honestly. Because when he said 350, I'm like, that seems really cheap, It's probably the same to my town. Yeah, it might be pretty close. Maybe. Because the thing is, Lethbridge is a border town. Like, it's an hour from the U.S. border, so it might be different that way. But it's hard to say, because like, it's going to come in through Vancouver, right? Because even if I had to pick it up in Vancouver, depending on how much it would cost to send it to that point, would be fine. Honestly, with me. Like, actually, Jesse, could you see how much it would cost to ship it to Vancouver? Because it'd be cheaper. Just depending on how much cheaper, because it might be cheaper for me to, You did it at 35 kg. Okay, that's fair. That's probably pretty accurate of the weight of it. Just depending on how heavy that intake is. But yeah, so excuse me. But yeah, because via UPS or via FedEx or whatever, like, and again, and I would totally pay that. That's fine. Because, like I said, I fully expected it to cost me about $1,000 for that. Now the tricky part is because like I'd buy the head and then I have to adapt it to an American block, which basically this is gonna be the fun part. So I have to sell the '82 Mustang to the shop, and then I have to pull the head off that, get that Aussie head, and ask them how much would it cost for them to re-drill the block so that I can do that. I genuinely think that this whole ordeal is going to cost me about $1,500. That's my rough guess. Rough guess. Rough guess. Which is okay. I'm willing to spend that. I'm willing to spend that. Screw in studs? Well, no. I mean, I'm gonna probably do like a head stud, but the thing is, the bolt pattern for the head is entirely different between Australia and American. That's why I say that they'd have to re-drill the block. Because you're not gonna re-drill the head, right? How far off is the pattern? I don't know how far off it is. Like, ugh. Okay, go back. Hang on, go back. To American 200 block. Let's take a look. And actually, Gerard mentioned, is rust a big problem in my area? You have so much salt in the winter, most of our cars are crap after 15 to 20 years. And yeah, we do have a, there's a decent amount of rust here. Like, we don't use near as much salt as some other areas, but let's see. Let's see. Oh, that doesn't work anymore. Shoot. See, now, I know one of the problems with this is that I won't be able to use my HEI distributor, which is fine. I'd have to. Well, I mean, I might still be able to use the HEI. It's just I'd have to move the I'd have to move the coil outside of the distributor, and then run a small cap on the HEI, which is not a big deal. At least I think. I'd have to look into that. But, and have I thought about compression? So how much compression do those 250 crossflows have, actually? Let's look. 250 crossflow. Compression. Ratio. Let's see. How much compression do they make? Survey says... you're running a Bosch electronic here. See, I don't know if the Aussie 250 one would work in an American block. I do not know that. Let's see. I just want to know what... Don't calculate. Just give me the numbers I want. Okay, let's see. Okay, depending. It could be anywhere between 9.15 to 9.35 to 1. Which is fine. Honestly, that works perfectly. You know, because realistically, I wanted to bump my compression up to about 9.5 to 1 from 8.7. So this is fine. I could still run regular fuel on that if I want to, but then also it would like, obviously, higher octane as well, just depending on how I have the timing set. So that's fine. You know, this will be interesting. This will be very interesting. Yeah, and it will not shaft will be all different. I figured as much. Cause yeah, I mean, people have done it. I know they have. Like, I don't know. There might just be some R&D on my end to figure this shit out, but I am willing to do it. I don't care. Cause something like that would be perfect, right? Be absolutely perfect for this. And like I said, with with a nice little 2-barrel Weber on there, like NA, because I mean, how much power did they actually make? Crossflow horsepower, or hang on, power, because I don't want stock. They were rated for 170 net and some for 180. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I know people have built these in built the crossflows to be really good. Some say you need the Aussie distributor to clear the intake. Huh. I wonder if you could swap out the I wonder if you could swap out, if you had an Aussie Dizzy, if you could swap out the shaft from an American one, or at the very least, the oil pump gear off of it, if that would work. I don't know. There's gonna be some research into this when I have everything here and figuring it out, because I will frickin' do this. I will 100% do this. So, and the fun part will be, hey, throwing a cam in that some bitch too, will be awesome. And then, yeah. And I do want to turbo it as well. But, turbo it will push it well over 300. That wouldn't be a problem to do that with a turbo. Easily 300 horsepower doing it this way. Because I was fully anticipating with my header, a full engine would probably be like $2,000. That's my guess. Which now, all in, I might be close to that by the time I'm done. Don't get me wrong. But, yeah. Hey, Callum. How's it going? Nice to see you in the chat again. But yeah, the full motor, like I said, it's... Because, I mean, let's see. Full weight of a 250 crossflow. There's no way they're that heavy. Oh yeah, side by side would be way cheaper. Yeah, and that's what I want to do. I don't care if it takes me 2-3 months for me to get it. That's fine. Oh yeah, you wouldn't want to send over one of those. You'd only send over that crossflow. Huh? Sorry, I'm just looking up the weight of a 250 crossflow. They are way heavier than the American blocks? Really? For reference, an American block with our shitty head on it that's cast iron weighs 300 I think it's 360 pounds. Your blocks are 100 pounds heavier. That is insane to think about. Wow. I mean, yeah, I'm assuming it's thicker casting and stuff. Because it's not I mean, granted. Oh, I didn't think about that. A 250 also, if you guys did the same thing as we did here in, with the American blocks, the 250, I didn't even think about this, is also a 4-inch taller deck height, so that's a lot of extra weight, right? The head though is the same, but like the late, because my 200 head is the same as the 250 head. But yeah, I didn't think about that. So let's look. Okay, so it's about 465 pounds for the crossflow. Let's see about a 250 American block. American. Hang on. 250 inline 6 Ford. Inline 6 Ford. Let's see how close how close that is. Okay, I love that. It's just between 350 to 400. No, 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 no. Give me the actual weight. Give me the actual weight. That's Chevy 250. I want the Ford 250. This is not showing up. Okay, hang on. Ford 250 inline 6 Ford verse 200. A 200 is very light. 360 to 380. Okay, so nobody's weighed an American 250 like ever apparently. Nobody's done this. This is weird. So, because on the American blocks, like my engine weighs about 360 pounds, right? They're saying a 250 weighs between 380 to 400, depending on some stuff. I'd assume it's closer to that 400 mark. So yeah, interesting. So what's kind of cool about this though is that it'll actually get lighter because okay, we're estimating right that it's 35 kilos for that crossflow. So let's see, weight of a Ford 200 head. I wouldn't be shocked if it's about 100 pounds. Ford 200 head. Because again, it's all like one piece, right? So yeah, that's with intake because the on the American blocks they are cast in. So no, okay, I want the head, not the frickin'. Okay, let's see. Okay, so hang on. So 385 pounds. You know, your 300 head wasn't too terrible? Huh. Well, there we go. This is what I want here. Let's take a look. Does it show the weight of this? Because this is a post from 2024, so it's not that far off. They don't want to actually show the weight of the head on that. Lame. Huh. Interesting. The 300 is probably close to 100, which makes sense. I mean, I would peg the 200 head, which is the same as a 250 head in the year of my car. I would peg that to be in the maybe 80 pounds or so. So going to the aluminum, like, because you said 35 kilo, right? Which my brain's not working. That's like 70 pounds basically. No, that doesn't sound right. That should be lighter than that. Oh, mind you, we said 26, but then the intake's probably another 10 Ks, right? So let's just see. What is 35 roughly kilograms to pounds? Because that'd be just over 70 pounds. Right? Like, I should be, like, actually, this should actually lose a decent amount of weight. Okay, so that's 77 pounds. That way. Now, let's look up. Okay. So, that way, 77 pounds. Which, again, might be a little heavy, to be honest. It sounds off, because I would expect that all to be in the 65-pound range for the aluminum head and for the aluminum crossflow, and around 80 pounds for the for my cast iron head, would be my guess. So I wouldn't lose a lot of weight, but hey, 15 to 20 pounds, 15 to 20 pounds, right? Like, you know, we'll see with all this. But yeah, with Kelly there, like, I gotta figure out, okay, because me and that person are gonna have to talk outside of the live somewhere. I was gonna ask them, because I think I did ask, but they didn't answer. Because are they still here? Let's see. Because yeah, actually, they mentioned their name earlier, which actually isn't Kelly. It's just that I just forget their name off the top of my head. Let's see. Because you popped in the chat, and you said your name was, it started with an M, I think. What? My brain no worky. Come on. I'm just scrolling through the chat to find his name. Did I scroll too far up? I think I did. You know what the nice part about this too is that you can actually scroll up through the entire chat and you won't lose anything. Baxi, that's the name. Baxi. Antique is a heavier cast alloy. Ah, okay. Yeah, hey, I got back to the chat. Okay, so Baxi. So okay. How can we contact each other outside of the live? So that we can talk about this more. Because yeah, I do, like I said, I'd hate to, like, for this to happen and then we can't get a hold of each other after the live, right? So I want to get this done before we end the live to figure this out. Because, like, I have Instagram, I have Facebook, I mean, I have TikTok as well, but I mean, TikTok's kind of a pain in the ass to use for messaging, but we can do it. Instagram, Facebook, I have both. My Instagram, if you actually go to my so in my about section here on YouTube, like on my, oh, you're on Facebook? Okay. If you hang on. Okay. That is my name on Facebook, right there. If you want to type that out on Facebook, you will find me pretty easily. And then just message me on there. Like, you can add me, message me on there to say, hey, I am, you know, Baxi from from the YouTube live. And yeah. I'll just wait for him to have it all typed in. I'm trying not to shake the chat. But it's difficult. It's difficult not to shake. Just let me know when you have it, and then I can flip back to my face. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. You'll find it? Perfect. All right, well, you have that now. So, there we go. Yay. Yay. Because, yeah, like, I should be the only one that pops up with that name. You might find my alternate account. You might. But I doubt it. Because I do have an alt. I don't ever use it anymore. Because I used to get banned on Facebook a decent amount. Just for memes that I would post. They weren't anything bad. Like, or Facebook censors can be awful for that, honestly. Like, as an example, like, I shared a post one time. I can't even remember what the meme was, but it was the shadow of a penis. Like, just the shadow of one. And there was something with the meme, and Facebook banned me for a month because of that. Like, come on! It's not actual nudity at all. Like, you know? Yeah, people can share, like, their bare ass and have no problems whatsoever on Facebook. But I share that, and it's like, oh no, that's too much. That's funny. That's a terrible joke, though, Jesse. You should feel ashamed, very ashamed of yourself. But yeah. Oh God. So yeah, no, this is perfect. Cause yeah, like I said, if this works out, and like I said, if we can, get it via a ship, and then get it here, then hopefully it gets here with 0 damage. Because that would really suck if it gets shipped and then it gets damaged. You know? Hey, Rascal, what you doing? Here. Let's... You upside downers? Hi, buddy. I have a kitten. Neener, neener, neener. I have a kitten. I love him. I love the kitten. Yes, I do. I love the kitten. Here he is. He is a kitten. Yes, he are. I have a kitten. Neener, neener, neener. But yeah, no. This will be... God, because this has always been my kind of dream, is to do something like this with the Inline 6. Do something that's, like, very unique. And again, to my knowledge, nobody has ever done this in a Fox body. Ever. I don't know for sure, because there could be stuff pre-internet that I don't know about. But, because everything I do from here on out has never been done. It's pretty cool, honestly. Like, I love it. And that's what I'm all about, right? I don't want to have a car that's the same as everybody else's. I want to have that unique thing. But also, apparently, there is a car that... Now, it's not an exact clone of mine, but it's similar to my car. And every time this guy tries to sell it, everybody keeps calling him a scammer because they think he's posting my car, but actually it's not, apparently. Oh, and my cat's having a hairball now. That's fun. So you can just listen to him doing that. I'll clean it up after the live, and just... if it actually comes out of him or not. But yeah! Yay! Alright. This makes me excited. This makes me very excited. You just had to what? Okay, well, they retracted that message anyways, but that was weird. But yeah, no, okay, this is gonna be cool. Because, yeah, I could effectively, with the header, make over 200 horsepower doing this. That's my rough estimation with the header. It might be a little less than that. And now to the wheel, it would do exactly what I wanted to do. And that'd just be an NA build, right? Just NA. Like I said, I think putting that head on, like, having that head bolted on to the American block, that'll put me, like I said, to about around 200 to the crank anyways. Which I made 100 wheel before, right? So if we do the quick math on that, let's see. I need to pull up the calculator on my PS4, which is funny. Okay, sure. I gotta go to a website to have this calculator. Okay, how do I do this again? I'm trying to remember the... Oh, that's how I do it, right. So, okay, let's go 100. And then I go times 1.28. Whoops. And then equals. I said equals. Oh, you piece of shit. Oh, yeah, I guess. Duh. So, yeah, basically, it would make, right now, to the crank, my engine makes around 130. But actually, that's a lie. Because my big tires rob a lot more power than that. Yeah, and my brain wasn't working to do that. I was being dumb, and that's fine. So let's see. Let's go back. Okay, let's do what I think it actually makes to the wheels currently if I didn't run those big tires. Because I believe it robs me of about 15. Right? 1.28. So yeah. So right now, I think the car would make about 147 to the crank. With the small tires on it. So, with this head, yeah, that'll boost that to over 200. You know, it'd be probably in like the 220-ish range would be my guess. Which would put me, if I do the calculation here, let's just go back. Let's go, say it's 220 to the crank. And then divide that. Divide 1.28. That'd be a roughly 171 wheel. Which is about a little under a 60 horsepower game. That doesn't include the header, and it wouldn't include a cam. So I might be able to make 200 wheel. Might be able to make 200 wheel after everything. That's before a turbo, by the way. So, and with the crossflow head, I don't think I'd have any issues spooling my turbo, because that's the one thing that I have had kind of trepidation with the Max Speeding Rod's turbo, is that I don't think my engine would actually spool it properly. Just due to the fact of the the way it is. But I don't know. Just get small enough of a turbo. Oh yeah, but now the thing is that head is gonna flow a lot better air, So with the turbo manifold being built, and this is gonna be the fun part. So I'll have to tell my buddy to say, hey, by the way, if you want to do a tracing of that, you'll have to do it before I install this head instead. Because my buddy is supposed to be building me the turbo manifold, right? So, yeah. Oh, this is so exciting! Oh my god! Fucking A. Like, if this works out, if this all works out, oh my god. And you know what's really cool? What's really cool? Ooh, you do have T4 adapters there. Ooh. Because, I mean, here's the thing. Oddly enough, my turbo is a T4. I think it's a T4 flange. Because if I remember correctly, it's like T4/T5. If I remember correctly. That's what mine is. Or maybe the T5 is for the wastegate, and then the T4 is for the flange itself, I think. Yeah, it is very common. And... Oh, so here's the thing. You know what's really cool about this as well? I'm going to be gaining a bunch of power and a ton of fuel economy. Right now, and also, ooh, what do we think the torque is going to be? Because bear in mind, my engine makes 220 torque to the wheels right now. I'd be making over 3, no? I'd be in the 320, 330 range. This is going to be fun. Which is more torque than a 302. It's more torque than a 302, at least to the wheels. Oh! Oh! This should be cool! Should be very cool. Turbo crossflow at 15 psi, 350 horsepower easy. Oh yeah, it should be. I'd probably only push it to about 10 pounds just because I don't want to like potentially grenade it. Because again, without doing the internals, I'd rather go 5 pounds under what I know it will take, as opposed to going to 15 pounds, which I know people have done stock and they've been fine with it. See me, but I don't want to blow it up, right? Because that's the tricky part. Because like, if I do this, like, this is gonna cost me a good amount of money to do this, but fuck, it'll be worth it. It'll be so worth it, so worth it to do everything like this. And it's gonna be that unique thing, and this should explode on YouTube, because I know in the inline 6 groups, they will go nuts for this. 100% of the crossflow being put onto an American block, because nobody's done it on YouTube, to my knowledge. I haven't seen, bear in mind, I haven't looked at about 2 years for that, because last time I was talking about this was about 2 years ago. I'm trying to find a head for this. And then I had a head, but then it got stolen. Like, it wasn't in my possession yet, but it got stolen the night before I was going to go pick it up. So, but this was an American head that was modified to have a removable intake. And it had, apparently what they ended up using was shorty headers from a Chevy 4.3, and it was 2 from the right side, if I remember correctly. You know, and that's how they made it work. And then they used roller rockers off of a brain will work here. They use roller rockers off of Z24 Cavalier. So, yeah. Yeah, to be honest, that is getting... I mean, it's been done a couple of times now. Like, I know that there was that one publication, and God, you know when that happened, how many people sent me that to be like, hey, look, they made 500 horsepower out of this inline 6. They put an LS head. Like, just put an LS head on your car. I'm like, dog, that's a 300. It's actually a lot easier because the piston size is pretty close to the combustion chamber of that LS, so it works really easily. Piston clearance, flat tops from 200 to 250 head, I have not... I think it should be okay. Because... Well, I mean... It should be okay. Because the one thing is, I will say... the American 250 head is the same as what I'm running right now on my 200. Like, after 1980, every single American 200 had the same head as the 250. So there's that. I think it should be okay. And I do believe the 4 200s do have valve reliefs in the pistons as well. So, yeah, I know people like... And also, fun fact, you could put like a giant cam in these and not have a problem. I can't imagine this giving issues. Like, worst case scenario, I can swap out pistons. It just means that this swap will take longer, you know, because I'd probably just end up getting, like, custom pistons at that point, which would be a, you know. Yeah, just a design difference. Yeah, it is. Like, I don't... There was a full thing. I'd have to find it again, because it's been a couple of years. But somebody did a deep dive on how to actually put a crossflow head onto an American block. Right? And everything you had to do. So, yeah, you would have to check the valve clearances. Because also, like, and it depends on what cam I throw in it, right? Because worst case scenario, if I have to keep the stock cam, so fucking be it. I'll keep the stock cam in it. I don't care. That's not a big deal. If it means I have something, like, quite unique and very good, I'm not exactly upset about that, you know? Yeah, the old Play-Doh trick. Yeah, that's true. You can actually see if it'll work or not doing it that way. I think they used 200 rods and big fly cuts on 250 cranks. I mean, maybe they did. I'm not sure. I don't know. This fuck. I'm just. Oh god, this is gonna be cool. Like, and I'd be curious actually where my compression ratio will actually be when it's all said and done, because you are dealing with, you know, like swapping from obviously the full crossflow end to that. Oh, of course. Like, the fun part about this whole process is I will document everything. Because the one thing that I want to know as well, because like I said, I'm hopefully going to be working closely with a shop that is moving to Jasper. Right? And yeah, and the cool part is, yes, I would. I would need the Aussie head gasket as well. So, I mean, if Kelly can get me a head gasket, like I said, I'll pay you back for that. That's not a problem. For that Aussie head, and send it with that as well. That'd be dope. Which then it's funny because I have a spare, American head gasket. that's here now. So. But yeah, we'll have to, like I said, there's gonna be a lot of stuff to figure out. It's gonna be kind of cool though, you know. Like, this will be neat. But again, this whole thing, all in, I expect to cost me around $1,000. All in. That's with all the machining I'll have to do to the block. That's with shipping it as cheap as possible, you know. And like worst case scenario, because like I said, we'll have to get like different shipping quotes. Like you found that, you know, UPS Air was like 600 and whatever Canadian, right? Which now, granted, from a ship to Vancouver, like if that's only say like $200 as an example, that might be worth it for me to take a trip out there. I mean, it cost me about that to get out there anyway, so I don't know. We'd have to see. I'd have to see. But this is exciting. Exciting. So excited. Yeah, C would be half that, yeah. Yeah, see, the only thing that I just don't know is, because, like, C, and then it has to be put onto a truck. Oh, and you're in Sydney. Oh, that's nice. You're right on the coast. That's not so bad. It would really suck if you're like, hey, I'm in the middle of Australia. Like, that costs definitely, probably quite a bit more, to ship. So that's not so bad. Cool. All right. It's really funny how plans can change so much just from going live, right? This is cool. This is cool. Because yeah, and it'll be interesting to figure out the R&D with this, you know. And then, you know, the cool part though too. By sea, they probably deliver by truck. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be shocked by that. Because depending on whether it's UPS, whether it's FedEx, whoever it is, they're all going to be very similar in price. Now, granted, yes, if you went through like a shipping courier or whatever, like a shipping broker, you could probably get it cheaper, but I don't know how much cheaper it'd really be in the end. But that could also take a lot longer for them to actually find the perfect deal and everything. But yeah. And then also, what I would do for you, it's a minor consolation, but I will get, I'll have to find my stickers, but I'll send you a few of my stickers as well as a thank you, for this as well. Plus, I mean, obviously, you know, because yeah, sorry, brain's not working. I'm just, it's all over the place, because now I'm thinking like, ooh, okay, and then the one thing I do wonder, so okay, yes, I get about 30 miles to the gallon right now. How much does that go up by? I wonder. Let's see, I can put on a small pallet. I think I do the homework here, and I put in your name, and you pay invoice as it's leaving. That could work. That could work. And like I said, worst case scenario, because like I'll let you know when I like have the money. I could send you the money via PayPal goods and services. And then we could make it work that way. Oh, I know. Like, and again, I don't have the money right now. Like, what needs to happen is my 82 Mustang needs to sell, which, granted, is probably going to happen in the next month or so for this to actually go through, right? So, yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. This is going to be cool. This is going to be so cool. Like, you know, and... Something I wonder. There's no way it gets that popular, does it? I don't know. We'll have to see. Because there's no way in hell this doesn't actually do numbers on YouTube as well for this whole swap. It's got it, right? Like, it has to. I can't imagine it not doing, like, really good numbers on here. And doing numbers on, like, well, not that TikTok does anything for me, to be honest. I don't get paid through TikTok. And then maybe it goes viral on, like, Facebook as an example, too. Because I'll post, like, shorts on, like, Facebook and show that, and then show how much power it makes on the dyno and stuff. Well, that's also what I think about, too, when I do these videos. Is, okay, like, and think about, you know, these things. Yeah, people do. Like, as an example, you know the video that I posted, about... I posted a video saying, what I did to, just about keep up with modern cars on the track. I can't remember exactly how I worded that video, but I just talked about all the mods I did to the car. And the thing is, that video made me $100. I was just standing in my driveway talking. It did, like, I think 10,000 views or something like that. You know? And like I said, that got me $100. It just depends on the RPM of the video, to be honest. Well, yeah, I know, like, the Aussies love their Mustangs. They love their inline sixes. You know, like, because this video, only 2 years ago first time. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. You guys finally started to import the Mustangs with the S550s. Totally forgot about that. Oh, hey, Marty! That's cool! I'm happy to see that my videos actually helped you with that. That is cool, honestly. No worries, dude. And thanks for watching the videos, you know? And I'm glad they could help somebody. Because, yeah, admittedly, there was, like, no content on those Civics anywhere. And the bulk of the videos I did on that Civic did numbers here on YouTube. Just the shitty part is, as I'm sure you're aware, finding parts for those things is a damn nightmare. Like, most of the stuff that I was finding was used. Like, I swapped out the master cylinder and the brake booster. Now, I never bled the brakes, but... Yeah, you guys have the, Now, you do have the Coyote as well, right? Like, you don't just have the EcoBoost. You know... For $8,000? Whew. You guys didn't get the Coyote. Okay, good. I mean, that's a healthy number for a first gen, but they can sell for that. Where you're saying for a 5-liter F-150, like, wait, 5-liter F-150, like an older one or like a newer one with the 5-liter? Oh, cool! You're trying to get a Coyote. Nice. That'd be fun. Admittedly, I've only ever driven, so the newest F-Series I've ever driven was the, is a 2014 EcoBoost. So that's the 3.5. And it was such a nice truck. Such a nice truck. My buddy owns that truck, and genuinely, like, it drives so nice. It has a really good amount of power with the EcoBoost. I couldn't imagine it with the Coyote in it, too. Like, a 2015 to 17 base spec ones are like 12, 15K. Yeah, sounds about right in the States for that. Sounds about right. And you love the 351 Windsor with Cleveland heads? Wait. Cleveland heads on a Windsor block? I've never heard of that happening. That's cool. Because admittedly, like, normally guys just run, you know, like your typical 351 head or like a trick flow head or something like that. Huh. That's neat. That must, like, bump up the power quite a bit. Because, like, the one thing is with the Clevelands, they were never about horsepower. What they did was straight up torque. Like, because even over here, now granted, the 4-valve versions of those, like 4-barrel 4-valve, right? They were like, the ports are huge on those heads. Like, they're massive. That's okay. That's what the Boss is over there. Interesting, because the Boss Mustangs here always had a Windsor or they had a FE block. They never, or actually, sorry, not FE. 385 series, right, with the 429. Even though the Boss 9 motor isn't really, like, it's a 385 but loosely based, to be honest. Series. But yeah, with Clelo heads, that is interesting. Huh. Like, I really wish that over here they would have done more shit like that. But they never did. You know, just like we kind of abandoned the inline sixes, I find, too early. And as an example, I mean, so, like, the straight sixes, because Pontiac had, if they had kept with it and kept going with it, we could have had our own 2J over here. But they stopped, and it's dumb. Because in the 60s, from 67 to 69, the 6-cylinder option on Pontiacs was a 250 overhead cam engine. It made over 200 horsepower, right? And that was pretty, like, they called it the Sprint 6. And it was pretty cool, honestly. You know? And so, and yeah, like, and they had this, but they did have an issue with, like, they had oiling issues and whatever else, and it wasn't exactly the best design. But the first design of a motor typically isn't your best design, right? You just keep working at it, and you keep making it better and better and better. But they stopped after 3 years. Oh yeah, you can get Barras to that kind of power, absolutely. Like, it's great. Unfortunately, Marty, I don't have Papa Smurf anymore. I haven't owned Papa Smurf in almost 2 years now. Like, I did, so you won't see any more videos on that car. I potentially might get another Civic in the future. We'll have to see, but the nail in the coffin for that car was it needing a gas tank. Because they're unobtainium. You cannot get a fuel tank for one of those cars. So that was the big problem with that car. Because when I cleaned out the fuel tank, it, unfortunately, it dislodged whatever was making it not leak anymore in there and made it leak fuel out of it. So that kind of sucked, honestly. And like I said, I could not locate a fuel tank for it. So, but what's funny, though, is that quick little clip of that thing running. Like, you know, the first start in 26 years of that car, right? I showed people that video of it running. I had so many texts, phone calls, and Facebook messages on that thing. No joke. I had 30 phone calls and well over 100 messages within 12 hours of posting that vehicle. I had it up for sale for $1,200. I ended up selling it for $1,500 actually, and in hindsight, I should have posted it for more. I didn't realize that people would actually pay that much for a Civic that is kind of crusty, and that does run technically, just not off its own fuel system. But somebody did, and then he ended up selling that to somebody else after he acquired it, and then I don't know what happened to the car after that. It'd be interesting to track that car down and see what happened to it, and I might try and do that. Because who knows? That might be a video in the future to see, hey, what happened to that Civic, to Papa Smurf, right? Because we bought the car for $400 and it had no keys, right? So a couple days later, we got keys made for it, and it was only the guy, like, the locksmith in town only charged $20 to get the keys made. I gave him $40. Like, dude, you're not charging enough. Like, you came to my house, you took the lock cylinder with you, you cut the key, 2 keys for it, and you brought it back the next day. Like, no, dude, take $40. I just threw $40 at him. I'm like, dude, you're not charging enough. Like, plain and simple as that. And that was really cool, honestly, that he was able to do that. So, yeah. And it's sad. I wish I would have been able to make that car work. I couldn't. Hey, so you did the same thing I did. Nice. Because that's the one thing. In 78, they started to do that. To where they went to the one-key sort of system for the doors, the hatch, and the ignition cylinder. I took out the hatch cylinder as well. And I had him make that, because that was way easier to take out than the door cylinder was. So, and that was cool, and I was really amazed. We threw a battery in it, and it turned over right away, and, like, very healthily, too. Hey, no worries, Baxi. I appreciate you coming in here, and yeah, you have made it so that I am way more excited, for my car. So I really appreciate it. Take care. Like I said, send me a message, and then when you figure out like the total, what it's gonna cost to freight it, like I said, let me know, and then we'll work something out for sure. So yeah. Take care, man. Very much appreciated, and I'll talk to you soon for sure. Thanks. You just got your starter date? Hey, nice. That's awesome. Now is yours the 1200, or does yours have the 1500 in? Like, is it a Civic or a CVCC? This is a big question on yours. Because I know they are different. Because like the CVCC is a bit of a pain in the ass to try and tune, apparently. Because they got a weird carburetor on them. But the 1200 is just so simple, right? It's just a little 1-barrel carb. Well, it's a 2-barrel, but it looks like a 1-barrel. It is a 1200. Nice. Does yours have the 4-speed, the 5-speed, or the Honda-matic in it? Oh, okay. So they've actually been following me for a while. Alright. It's a 4-speed. Okay, cool. Yeah, and that's the one thing about the 4-speed. They actually have, instead of they have a rod for the shifter instead of a cable. So they feel way better, honestly. And that's for, nice. That's really cool. Like, in mine was actually a one owner, apparently, which kind of sucked to a certain degree to get rid of that, because like how often are you going to find like a one owner car that's actually in decent shape and you could actually do something with? It's not often, especially for that kind of price, right? I find like these crazy deals, although actually technically I didn't find that deal, my dad did. I was the one that kind of talked to them, don't get me wrong, But this car had been for sale for a while with kind of shitty pictures and like no info, and it was for sale for like $1,200 initially. But then we negotiated that thing way down to $400 because it didn't have keys. We didn't know, like I said, if the motor was gonna get, because it had been sitting since '95, like May of 1995 was when it was parked. So yeah, and we put some wheels on it, you know, off of, like 13s off of an Accord. Um, see me, and then yeah, it had like a little sunroof in it, and like sometimes I would just like sit in that car and just think about what it would have been like to drive it, you know, because I never did drive it. Even though I could have, like, it had no brakes, but it's a manual. You can stop it pretty easily. Plus, it weighs 1,500 pounds. Like, it was hilarious actually because we had to where the tow truck dropped it off. Like, we had to move it just a little bit forward so that my dad could actually, you know, get his car into the driveway as well. And I basically just put it in neutral and then pushed it. And like I said, it's 1,500 pounds. Right? It was great. Puts foot out for brakes. I mean, literally. Um, like that car was just so easy to push around. And I kind of like pushed it down the alley too. One time, just for shits and giggles, because I could. Well, exactly, because once you do that, like, you kind of feel... Like, and here's the thing. Like, I kind of urge people to do this. So you buy a car and you're wanting to do it as a project. After you buy it, sit in the car for like 20 minutes and kind of go through the motions of like driving it, right? Like put your hand on the wheel, and then have like, you know, so like put your hand, like I said, on the wheel like that, right? And then if it has a manual shifter, you know, kind of go through the gears a bit, you know, just dry shift it, and it's not gonna hurt anything doing that. Just don't friggin', you know, force it in or anything. And then you really get the idea of like, okay, how is this thing gonna feel? Like, yeah, you don't get the idea of like, this is how it's gonna handle and stuff like that. No, but you get the idea of like, okay, this is how it's gonna be, like comfort wise. This is how it's gonna be shifting wise, all that different stuff, right? So it is kind of neat. But genuinely, I am, you know, like I am a fan of those cars, and like I wish I could have kept that thing, but in the end, it wasn't. It was okay to be able to sell it. Wasn't a big deal. So, you know, because like I said, the nail in the coffin was that gas tank. I wouldn't have been able to find a gas tank, and to repair that gas tank, the price quotes I got was freaking insane because nobody wanted to do it. Like I talked to a shop about it, and they said, yeah, it would be about $800. I'm like, sorry, what? $800 to fix the gas tank? I'm like, no, you just need to cut a patch into it, like, and clean it out. I'm not paying that, right? So then it got to a point where it's like, no, we're done. And the only fuel tank that I found was that out of a wagon, but the wagon tank didn't fit. It was too big, so it was rather unfortunate. I think we paid like $100 for the tank and wouldn't fit. But the one thing I like though, and every single manufacturer should do what Honda did. Screw having tank straps on your vehicle like we have over here, you know, with our American cars. No. Honda just has bolts. Just 4 bolts holds in that gas tank. It's like, oh, that is perfect. And the cool part is, everything just slips out so easily. You don't have to really worry about a lot getting the fuel tanks out of the... It's very simple. And then having a drain bolt in your fuel tank, genius. Absolute genius. And I wish they all would have that. Because how many times have I revived a vehicle and have needed to drain the tank? Is annoying. Right? It's just so much easier if you can just, hey, look, little drain bolt. Come right out. It's great. It's great. But man, like, honestly. I don't know. Listening and hope the best for us on both of our projects later. Hey, no worries, Marty. I appreciate you coming in the chat, and I am so happy that you were able to get your car and it's running, and that's just great. And yeah, you'll definitely have to like let me know how that whole project goes, because I'm very interested, of how that goes. But no worries, dude. Appreciate you coming in, and yeah, we'll hopefully chat soon. Peace out there, Marty. Like you needed one on the Honda itself, drain. Well, I mean, yeah. But hell, it would have been so much easier if the frickin' tank in Stitch, like in a Fox body, had a drain plug on it. So much easier. Because the thing is, on Stitch, like, it was really funny, because the first track day I did in the car, I ran across a big issue. After, like, rigorously driving that thing around the track, it started to leak, it started to leak afterwards, like, shoot. So we tried to put, like, some putty on it. It didn't really hold that well. And then we pulled a fuel tank out of one of my buddy's cars. It was a 1980. Turns out, wrong size fuel tank. Because Fox bodies had two different style tanks in them. I mean, granted, there's also the later EFI tanks, but they bolt right into the carburetor cars. So there is the 79 to 80 fuel tank, and then there's the 81 and up fuel tank. So the 81 and up fuel tank has, I think it's a 58 liter tank, while the 80 and back, which is only 79 to 80, had a 45 liter fuel tank. So it's the difference between like 15.4 gallons and 11 gallons, I think, is how it comes out to. Something like that. So yeah, it's kind of weird. So having like a 79 to 80 car, they're a bit of a pain in the ass because there's a lot of 1 year only stuff on both of those years. Like the doors, as an example, are 1 year only. The door panels are 1 year only on both years. The rest of it interchanges, like I said, just the fuel tank doesn't with every other year. So yeah. Now, granted, the smaller tank might actually fit. We don't know, but luckily they still make them in metal and plastic. Oh, that's cool. And I mean, I know people like swear that, hey, you know what, plastic is the way to go on the fuel tanks. I'm like, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of a metal tank. I don't like the idea of it rusting out, but I like the idea of a metal tank. And this got as interesting with getting parts. You'd think they'd be popular enough to be okay with getting parts. Maybe not. It's hard to say. I guess it depends if it's like a Scout or a Scout 2. You're leaning towards plastic tanks. I mean, that's fair. The only thing that sucks with a plastic tank is, well, when your dad's truck gets stolen, it gets returned, they don't take a look at the fuel tank, and then we're filling it up at the gas station, and, me and my dad go, you smell fuel? Sure as shit. In these thieves' infinite wisdom, on a 98 Ram 1500, they grabbed, and again, plastic tank, right? They grabbed a hammer and chisel and put a hole in the tank that way, right? But what was really funny is that the piece, they didn't fully break away that piece. It was still kind of there, so I tried to JB weld it. It didn't work that well, but it was okay. When it was like really hot, but when the fuel was very full. But then the funny part about that is that my dad that night had to go play pool. So he drove the truck, and every single time he came to a stop and set off again, it would leak a bunch of fuel out the back of it. So for about a week, you could see everywhere he drove. You know, in Olds. It was freaking hilarious, honestly. And you can get, oh really? They share parts with old Jeeps. That's interesting. I mean, I guess it's not overly surprising, I suppose. To a certain degree. But, yeah. Like, I could see, you know, International, like, stealing parts off of the Jeep. That wouldn't shock me at all. But, as much as I'm enjoying this conversation, Jesse, I think I should try and go to bed. After all, it is 3 a.m. now. So, you know, this has been a good live so far. You know, it's been almost 2.5 hours, so it's not bad, honestly, for just a random Tuesday or Wednesday night. So appreciate everybody coming out, and for the people that have actually stayed this long of outside of actually, you know, being in the live, but the people who watch these lives after they're finished, you guys are heroes. Seriously, thank you guys so much. So yeah, have an absolutely wonderful sleep, everybody. A good day at work today / tomorrow, whatever, you know. Take care, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace out. There we go. Okay, and Finn, yes.